Now, there's nothing like rounding off the week with a bit of a laugh, and our final guest is a comedian who's loved and appreciated across the world. Please welcome the one and only Mr. Eddie Izzard.
Is this your first time?
No, it's my 43rd time, but they were in dreams, and once before. I've been once before. But you went on last time.
No, I wasn't. Can I see your fingernails, please? Look at that.
Are they your own?
Yeah, two of them are broken, but the rest are my own.
Wow.
And I've realised boys have very strong nails, and I've realised that before the Stone Age, we were probably killing with these. We were attacking, you know, it was hunting and gathering. We were going, because girls had really not strong nails.
Rubbish nails.
Rubbish nails. And boys have these ridiculous nails, but most boys aren't transvestites, and you go in and I'm an action transvestite, so I would have killed wildfowl, and then we would have eaten like crazy with great nails.
Can I just ask you, because I saw you walk in, you've still got them on.
Yeah.
Heels.
Yeah.
When you do all your running, if I find that when I go through my running phase about one day a year, if you've been wearing heels and then you put your flats on, does that not stretch that agony in the back of your calf?
I don't know. I've worn heels. I've run up to barefoot running, so I haven't noticed a huge thing. I think, you know, because we're supposed to be out, we're supposed to be active, so I think it's different for each person. You've got certain gifts that go towards you and certain gifts that don't go away. So I don't know, I just ran marathons and it was all right.
How many marathons have you run altogether now?
2. No, 43. No, I've done about 50 now. But I've met some people but we're supposed to be healthy. We're supposed to be doing this. You know, all wild animals are fit. Every single wild animal.
But you went to extremes. It was 3 years ago when you did 43 marathons in 51 days?
Yes, well, someone had to.
That's just nuts, though.
But it was, I don't know, it was good, it was positive, it was healthy. I think, you know, because when we were kids, we ran around a lot.
All the time,
then I think we should really work till noon, and then we should just run. You know, and play football and stuff. We don't. As adults, we have to do things, and we have to fill in forms, and we have to... But we should, and all wild animals. It's only domestic animals and us that just sit there and eat cake and go, oh, well, I'll look at some... Oh, I'll eat another cake. You know, there are no tigers out there with a fridge full of, you know, marmots that they're pulling out meerkats and going... They're not. I've had a look.
Is this something you've been looking into? Because you're doing this fantastic documentary called Meet the Izzards, aren't you?
Yes, I did a documentary on running. There's one called the Mandela Marathons, and there's one called Meet the Izzards, which is about my genetics. It's who do you think you are on steroids kind of thing. It's like it goes back about 200,000 years.
That's what I say, because then when you're talking about Man the Hunter and stuff...
Yeah, and I'm interested in it because I talk about it. My stand-up show, I'm doing this huge tour next year, going everywhere, and I think I'm looking for the ultimate show where I try and explain everything, including the universe, because I don't know how many lives we have. We have this one, but I am actually trying to look... You have to talk about something in stand-up, so I actually try and explain why we're here, or why I think.
And this is called Force Majeure,
Force Majeure, yeah.
Just tell us about the countries you're going to.
Well, Kathmandu I'm going to St. Petersburg, Moscow. I will be playing Berlin. I'm doing France and French.
It is the most... I mean, how does the comedy transcend the language barrier? I just imagine you in places like Moscow, because the Russians aren't known for their sense of humour.
No, they are known for their sense of humour.
Are they?
Yes, they have a great sense of humour. If you think of the tough times that they've had down the century, they should have a great sense of humour.
We just don't see that sense of humour in a queue when they're here.
No, but you're seeing a certain type of... We're making certain judgments, but the point is we don't know exactly what the Russian people are into at all, because we don't speak Russian. But the truth is the way I see it is humour is human. It's not national. I don't think there's a British sense of humour, because if you say, OK, is that Jim Davison or is that Monty Python? Two very different senses of humour there. So really there's a mainstream sense of humour in every country, and there's a more alternative sense of humour in every country, like alternative music and mainstream
music.
How
many of these countries have you performed in before?
I haven't done Berlin before, I haven't done Moscow, St. Petersburg, I haven't done Delhi, Mumbai or Kathmandu.
Are you going to try out there before you go, or is that it?
No, that is the tryout.
You're going.
Well,
that's very brave.
Because of the internet. I mean, Dylan Moran, the Irish comedian's already been there. Other comedians have played in Russia. He just played Kazakhstan as well. And it's the ambition of... I encourage people to be ambitious and use our ambition to go out and make things, create things, do things, win elections in America, you know, do brilliant things. But, you know, the Olympics, I was very keen on the Olympics, and I was wanting to encourage people to go for it. And people were moaning about it.
Yep.
And I said, no, this will be the last time it comes in. It won't come for another 80 years. So grab it and believe in it. And the athletes did amazingly, the volunteers, the organisers from Sebco downwards, the police, the forces. So, you know, grab that ambition.
Yeah. I was the moaner. I did moan about it right up until the day
Oh, really?
started, and then suddenly it was the best thing in the world.
Yes, no, it's interesting because it was Mark Cavendish. He didn't get that medal we hoped for, and then Bradley, he got the Tour de France just before.
We got on a roll.
So, and then it was something. It was the rowing medal.
I took it all back.
Yeah,
Do
people have
took it all
taken
back?
it actually
Exactly.
back.
Well, glad to hear that.
Yeah.
You heard it. You apologise to the
nation.
nation. Do you ever sleep? Because you are constantly on the go.
Well, I do sleep. I sleep pretty well. Actually, that's what I really want to do is sleep and watch black and white movies.
So you're normal like we are?
Yes,
really?
I do actually. But then when I sleep too much, I start hating myself, and then I'm like an oil tanker, really. That once I get going, I just keep going and keep going. And once I stop, I don't want to start again.
Are you a nightmare person? What do you think?
I fight in my nightmares because you know
fisticuff fighting.
Yeah, well, I remember having a dream when I was about 3, 4, 5, and it was cowboys and Indians attacking me. I think the Indians were, and now if I had it, it would be the cowboys attacking me and the Indians. I'd be on their side. But you know, politics comes into it. But I do remember getting one where there was I was buying a baked potato, which I think I see as safety. I was buying a baked potato. And so I gave the guy a £5, and then I said, yeah, and the baked potato, and he says, no, I haven't got any baked potatoes. So I said, well, can I have the £5 back? And he said, no. And so this escalated, and then I killed him with an axe. So
what does that say? I wonder what Ian would say about that.
Well, we did give him that. The researcher gave him that.
I did, and I think it's about fighting back. I mean, once you've come out as a transvestite, and I have been chased actually by actual teenagers saying, hey, bloke, why are you wearing makeup? Bloke. Mister. They said, hey, mister, why are you wearing a dress? And in the end, I thought I couldn't go back home because they would follow me out. They'd know where I live. So I thought I was just heading down through Islington, and I thought, hang on, I'm going to face these kids. And I turned around and I said, do you want to know? I'll tell you. And they ran, and they ran, and they screamed and ran.
Eddie Izzard, we've run out of time.
Oh, no.
I don't know where we're going on our honeymoon.
Well, so
Can we come to the wedding?
Yeah, you can come to the wedding and beat all you lot to it. OK, Eddie, thank you so much for coming on. Eddie Izzard. And that's all for today. See you Monday when Strictly star Victoria Pendleton and opera singer Alfie Boe will be here. We'll see you then. Bye for now.